Hey, it's your girl Optimistic K, and I want to welcome you to episode 2 of the That's What She Said podcast. The topic for today's episode is, do you want to be great? When I think about greatness, I instantly think about people. I think about all those amazing athletes and speakers and things like that, like Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, Oprah. Everybody thinks about Oprah when they think about greatness. But yeah, I think about all those different types of people who have gone through life and reached the highest levels of their particular career field, and also those who have been very impactful, like Muhammad Ali and like Nelson Mandela. Like, we have a lot of different examples of greatness in our world, but I think that we neglect to develop our own definition of greatness. A lot of times we don't want to define greatness for ourselves because we know that requires us to act. That requires us to do some work. And the crazy thing about this generation is when they hear the word work, they run the other way. They don't want to do it. They just like, what's the easiest route to get up in here and get this stuff? Like, a lot of people want to just fast track to the top of the charts, fast track to be number one. And they're not realizing that greatness is a slow grooming process. You go through a lot of hardships. You go through a lot of setbacks. And at times you'll get to experience a couple of triumphs, but in all, like, it really is like a slow grooming process that's preparing you mentally, physically, and emotionally to handle the level of greatness that you're about to reach. God takes the time to like detail and craft every lesson that you're supposed to learn so that when you do get to a certain level, you'll be able to continuously maintain that workload as well as balance. Like, you want to be able to balance. And if you skip the process, you won't know what to do. You won't have any experience to reflect back on and or use in order to figure out what you want to do next. So the process is necessary. It is necessary to reach your greatness. Also, I think that we have to understand that we're not doing this for us. It's not just about us. It's about a whole culture. It's about a whole group of people. What we do and what we show to the world helps the culture. It furthers the culture, and it teaches the generation behind us to do whatever we're doing. Whatever we do, they're going to think it's okay. So when we start to display the things that we're doing, we need to make sure that we're doing it for the culture. We have to make sure we're doing it for the culture. We're living in an era where it's pivotal that we embrace our light. It's very important that we share it with the world and show the kids in our culture that we are great. We have so many golden pieces to our heritage, and our heritage is very rich. But a lot of times we don't know that, or they won't know it because it's not in the history books. All they do is glorify the athletes and the singers, the entertainers. The other people in our history that have done amazing things are not put on a pedestal. So how can our students know, our kids know what other forms of greatness looks like unless we show them? Now, I know some of y'all are thinking that you're not in the business to influence others. You're not here to be a role model for other kids and things like that. You didn't sign up for it, but nobody said that you had to apply for it. It's kind of naturally embedded in you. Like, when God created you, he created you to be an image. Like, you were made in his image. So you're a walking billboard for him as well. But when you wake up every day and you step outside of your doors, and whatever skin tone you are, whatever race you are, culture you represent, you are a representation of that specific culture. So whatever you do makes it okay for them to say that this is how we all are. Unfortunately, it's like people don't look at people for individuality. They look at you and label you as a whole group. So when you think about that and keep that in mind, it should make you want to act better. It should make you want to do well. It should make you want to push to be great. And it should make you want to not waste time talking about stuff and just start doing it. Like, in all honesty, we have a responsibility, and it's up to you to accept it or deny it, but know that you're still being a role model even when you're not trying to be. It's very important that you realize that, and everything that you do reflects back on your culture. A lot of the stereotypes that we have within our culture and that the world views of our culture, we kind of created. I'm not saying all of them, I'm saying some of them. Some of them we perpetuate. So I think that when you start looking at that and that through that lens, you should want to change the content and change the dialogue. And it starts with you. Like, you can't control what everybody else does, but you can do what you're supposed to do and inspire them through doing the right thing. So all I'm trying to say is, it's about more than just you. It's about more than just me. It's about us as a culture. And we have to try to further the culture in everything that we do. Now, this process requires us to let go of our fears and really just let go of that little stupid 4-letter word. I'm going to be honest with you. That 4-letter word only has power if you give it power. You can't allow it to stop you from reaching your full potential. Like, you've been handpicked by God to do a job here on earth, and you don't have that much time. Just because you're young right now, just because you are doing your thing right now, does not mean that you have longevity. God allows us to have visions and allows us to dream so that we can have a preview of what He wants to give us and grant us. But it requires us to let go of our fear and, like, truly, truly trust Him, walk with Him, and keep our eyes on the prize. He basically gives us the visions, and then He equips us with the right tools and resources we need to bring it to life. It's really time to stop making excuses. And, we all know that a lot of times people are afraid of failure because they care too much about what other people think. They care about how they're going to be perceived if they don't, make it. But what you need to really focus on is your definition of success and understanding that it is a process, and there will be highs and lows and peaks and valleys. So it's all about being secure in yourself, having faith in God, and being willing to overcome and endure anything you need to in order to complete your task. We always want to look good for other people, or try to, like, put on this persona that everything is great. Like, sometimes stuff is not great. Sometimes stuff is real out here and you get frustrated. Sometimes you get mad. Like, it's okay to have emotions. It's okay to be mad one day and happy the next. It's okay to really express how you truly feel. I think that we have to be okay with showing that side of us. We have to be transparent and stop hiding so much. The more you hide, the more you lie, the more you're going to have to keep up with. Like, it's so much easier and so freeing to be true to yourself no matter what. Like, no matter what's going on in the world, no matter what everybody's doing, when you stay true to you and you are solid in you, that's the most freeing thing in the world. And I think that that's what we all need to get to. It's time to stop coasting. It's time to cut off the autopilot and stop floating through life like we don't have responsibilities. It's time to be a little bit more intentional and focused on what we're doing and why we're doing it. And we should be working together a little bit more to do bigger and better things. I think we have to stop flying under the radar just because we're afraid of our true potential. We're afraid that our visions that we're having will really come true. Like, I think that is like one thing we've all experienced. You have this amazing, crazy vision, and then you're like, dang, that was dope, but can I really do it? That's when that self-doubt start kicking in. Can I really reach that? I don't want to tell nobody because if I don't reach it, I'm going to look crazy. Or am I worthy of this dream? Am I worthy of this gift? Like, is this really a gift or am I just out here doing stuff? We question it instead of just acting on it. We just question it, and then we delay everything, and we deny the greatness that naturally flows through our veins, and we don't want to really truly become who we are supposed to be because that requires us to step up and be a role model and be responsible and be someone who puts the culture on their back, and that makes you a target. So people don't want to do that, but that's the very thing that you're supposed to do, that you have to do in order to like really start living. It's up to you to make the decision if you want to like simply exist in this world or really truly start living in this world. You have to always display integrity and always be patient and focused on the prize. Don't allow yourself to become a puppet that reacts and responds whenever somebody pulls your strings. Be the master of your fate and the captain of your soul, and stand firm in your beliefs even when it's not the popular vote. It's like speaking your truth and living in your truth is like the number one thing that you should do in this world. It's the one thing that you will never regret. You may go through a couple of hard things because of it, but all in all, it's going to be worth it because you know that you're being true to you. And be willing to work hard for whatever it is you want. We have to let go of this sense of entitlement because nobody owes us anything. We are very fortunate. We are in a place where we can have the opportunities to make our dreams come true. Other parts of the world are in turmoil right now. Like, we couldn't even imagine the things that they're going through. And the fact that we complain about the smallest things, like material things, is crazy. We need to really understand that we are very blessed and very fortunate. So we have to work hard and like humble ourselves enough to ask for help when we need it and be willing to network. We have to let go of our egos. Egos take up way too much space. Like, we got to let them go. We have to, like, for real, y'all. Like, the major key is basically learning to win and lose gracefully and then bounce back stronger than ever. Resilience is everything, especially if you're talking about being somebody that's great. If you want to be great, you got to be able to take criticism from the people who love you, the people that hate you. You have to be willing to endure when people are turning on you at any given moment. You have to be willing to be solo dolo sometime too, because you have to master your craft in order to be great. So resilience is everything when it comes to trying to attain this thing called great, trying to be great. So this brings me to our Music That Motivates Song of the Week, and it is called Be Great by Kevin Ross featuring Chaz French. This song right here is amazing, and his album is amazing. Y'all go check it out. It's called The Awakening, and he just dropped it. Every song on there is inspirational, and it reminds you that you are an amazing individual. Our culture is amazing, and we really need to embrace it and celebrate the great things about our culture and the places we come from. Like, he talks about a lot of real stuff, and he is a real artist, a real R&B artist. Like, or I wouldn't even really categorize him as just R&B, but he's dope. And I think that this song is a direct reflection of what I'm talking about this week. It inspired this entire conversation. So I'm going to get right into a couple of the verses and tell you what I think the reality check is of each verse that he put down. So the first verse I want to talk about is the first verse of the song. It says, "It's time to shift the culture, move the focus, rise above and lose the vultures." In my opinion, I feel that he's saying it's time that we stand up for us. It's time that we do it for the culture. To me, it seems like he's telling us that we need to learn our history and we need to, embrace it and celebrate it and reinvest in us and place value on our heritage and inspire the next generation. He's saying that it's important for us to shift the paradigm in the way that we think so that we can realign ourselves with our true purpose and really just make it to the point where we're being true to us and showing the world and not caring about how they feel about it. The next verse I want to talk about is it says, no more excuses, scared to death, but I can't lose grip of. I'm scared to jump, I'm scared to fail, I'm scared of you, I'm scared of myself. And this verse right here to me was the best verse in the song because it's real. It's the realest, rawest verse in the song, in my opinion. He's basically saying that we're all afraid of our true potential. We're scared that, if we jump, we might fail and we might look crazy or we might look like a failure. We're afraid to, face ourselves in the mirror because that means that we have to fix the things that are wrong with us. We have to be true to ourselves and work on our issues and the issues we have with other people. He says, I'm scared of you, which means he's scared to show himself to you because, a fear of being judged and how it is in this world, when you really are vulnerable and you share yourself with the world, you put yourself in a position to be judged and to really get a lot of criticism. So I feel like this verse right here is the realest. Scared to death, but I can't lose grip of. I'm scared to jump, scared to fail. I'm scared of you. I'm scared of myself. That's so real. The next verse I want to talk about is the number one verse in the song. It's basically the verse of the song, and it represents the title. He says, but what is life if I can't be great? Great. In my opinion, he's saying we choose to tap into our full potential. We choose to ignore the visions God keeps giving us. Then we deny the greatness that naturally flows through our veins because we're afraid. We're afraid of who we might become. And I think that he wants us to stop being afraid and realize that we have a choice to either simply exist or, live. And as I said earlier, it's a conscious decision that we all have to make and really just look at ourselves in the mirror and say, am I okay with the person that I am today? Am I okay with this person? And if you are, cool, keep doing what you're doing. But if you're not, and you know that you should be doing more, you deserve more, that requires you to put in more work. So I think that this verse right here is just a representation of what the overall song means. He's saying, what is life if we can't be great? What is life if we can't live the real, true purpose that God has put us here to live? The next verse I want to talk about is a verse from the artist that is featured on the track, Chaz French. He says, that's why I remain to speak my peace and stand my ground, keep my head high, won't swallow pride, just take my time, won't compromise for nobody, because we can all be somebody. In my opinion, this verse represents the very thing we all should be doing. We should always stay true to what we believe and stand firm in it. We should always speak truth. We should always keep our head high, even when we are experiencing injustice or, when we're being told that we can't do it or when we're being torn down. We have to stay strong and full of integrity. And then we have to take our time and be patient and not continuously compromise our well-being to be able to fit into what society says is the right way to do things. We have to know that we are enough and that we're all called to be somebody. We're all called to be somebody. And just because your process is not going as quickly as someone else's doesn't mean that it's not meant to be. The last portion of the song is basically Chaz French. He's at the very tail end of the song, and I'm going to read the last couple of verses. He says, I got dreams bigger than life, only I can imagine. Just want my expectations and what's meant to be to have at it. So I'd rather overdo everything than half-ass it. Greatness, history in the making. You can't fake this. Lately, I've been realizing it's all of what you make it. Those words, those words right there to me mean that you have to believe in yourself even when nobody believes in you. When your mama don't believe in it, when your family don't believe in it, when they don't support it, when your best friends don't support you. and things like that. You have to be able to stay true to you, stand firm in your beliefs, and make it happen. You have to make it happen. If you want to be great, it's your decision. It's all up to you and how you display yourself to the world. You hold yourself accountable for everything that you want, and you work your ass off to get it. No matter what, you have to make sure that you are buckling down and putting in the work. I honestly think that we all want to experience greatness, but we don't always want to endure the hardships and the pain of the grooming process. But that process is necessary because it teaches us through all the different lessons that you have to be resilient, you have to be strong, you have to be focused, and you have to want it more than anybody else. Being great is a conscious decision. Being great is taking an intentional approach. Being great is having a vision and believing it even when no one supports you. Being great is allowing yourself to be transparent with yourself and facing your problems head on. It's embracing your true potential and all that comes along with it. Being great isn't an obligation, it's a responsibility. So, do you want to be great? I really hope that this message helps you to understand and remember that it's the best thing to stay true to yourself and to always strive to be the best version of yourself. The younger generation is watching us. No matter if you want to be a role model or not, you are a role model. So I hope that you will work hard and continue to just chase your dreams and live unapologetically in your truth. So until next time, stay focused, keep grinding, and respect the process. I'm your girl, Optimistic K, and I will talk to you later.